Last year, me and Tuck grew more food than we ever had. It was our most productive year ever. We harvested everything from cherries to strawberries, cabbage, tomatoes, peppers, cauliflower, peaches, apples, pears, and so much more. But we still feel like we can do more. We can grow more. And this year, we're taking things to the next level. Let's go! In 2024, me and Tuck aren't holding back. We're going ahead full throttle with production, and we encourage you to do the same. Over the past 10 plus years, we have found gardening to be one of the few investments that whatever we put in, we get so much more back. For instance, we plant one tomato seed, we get hundreds of tomatoes and even more seeds. Throughout our time gardening, we identified 3 key changes that significantly improved our results, and we're doubling down on them. The first big change is surrounding me. A few years ago in this section, I built 2 wooden raised beds. I use common building lumber because treated lumber is toxic to grow in. The beds produced well for me, but unfortunately, they've already rotted out. Around that same time, I added some metal raised beds and I fell in love. I plan on continuing to garden for the rest of my life, so I don't want to waste time repeating the same task every few years, so I'm going all in on metal raised beds. They may be more of an upfront cost than a wooden raised bed, but I believe they're worth the investment for how long they last, how easy they are to assemble, and how well plants grow in them. Me and Tuck are so amped about these metal raised beds in particular that we're now selling them on our new website that we just officially launched today, so we'd love for you to check it out at teamgrow.us. For a limited time, use code GROW to get 10% off your whole order. Our raised beds are taller than most other metal raised beds by 2 to 3 inches, which doesn't seem like a lot, but it makes a big difference. Another thing about our raised beds is that they're in feet and inches instead of meters, which works out perfect for the kind of gardening that we love, square foot gardening. There are a number of other reasons that I love these raised beds. One of them is the beautiful colors they come in, like sky blue, terracotta, olive green, pearl white, and a number of others. Plus, the rubber edging at the top is really high quality and it goes really nicely with the color of the bed. The second major change we are making is we're fully adopting harvest insurance. Let me tell you what I mean by this. A few years ago, I wrote in a note in my journal that in order to guarantee yourself a harvest, you must protect it. Insects, rodents, and everything else want to go out and steal your harvest, and if you don't protect it, they will. Last year, we found a huge amount of success using insect netting to protect our crops, and now, with our new raised beds, we have the option to add super convenient, easy to assemble covers, like this one right here. They've got zippers, so you can open it up and get easy access, and Velcros at the top to be able to easily Velcro it. The other side opens as well, so you can have air pass right through and easily get inside to work in them. There's also Velcros on the inside to hold the structure together. So with covers like this and insect nettings, that allows us to avoid problems rather than manage them, and gives us more time to focus on the important things in the garden, like planting and production. The third major change addresses the challenge of limited space. In order to grow as much food as we can, we have to be smart managing our space. That's why we love square foot gardening. It makes every square foot valuable and allows us to get the most out of the space that we have. Another way we're planning to get more out of the space we have is by doubling down on one of our favorite space-saving techniques, growing vertically. For instance, we grow our tomatoes vertically in our trellis. We plant 20 tomatoes in 20 square feet and get massive production with them. Our new beds will allow us to grow more food vertically with functional trellises like this arch trellis right here. I can just imagine how nice it's going to look when we have tomatoes growing up the outside of it. I'm just walking through grabbing cherry tomatoes. I can't wait. Plus, it's really convenient because it attaches into the side of the bed. Additionally, we'll be adding a wall trellis to some of our beds. They'll connect to the back side of the bed. We'll be able to plant right at the base of those, and we'll be able to grow vertically up that wall trellis some vining crops, again, allowing us to get the most out of the space that we have. Oh, it wouldn't be a complete video without the little boss in the video. Right, boyo? This guy's still out here, working hard, never quits. It's pretty cold, but it's nothing when you're the young king and the boss. Right, boy? If you love seeing Tuck in the videos, spam some hearts down low. He's looking for some carrots, but it's hard to find through the snow. So he's just patrolling, doing his rounds, making sure nothing sneaks into the garden. And yeah, this guy doesn't have a lick of quit in him. Me and Tuck wanted to mention that we're not giving up on wooden raised beds. We just think that the metal ones are a better investment long term. We still love this new raised bed that we built. This is the cedar raised bed that we burned using that old ancient Japanese technique, sho sugiban. So we love the way it looks. Just cedar, this bed ended up being like, I think more expensive than some of the metal raised beds that will last such a long time, and they have so many incredible add-ons. If you want, I'll show you a few more. Come over here. Not only do they have the cover systems like this, the trellises, but there's a lot of awesome add-ons that we love too. Something as simple as this right here. This is a little toolbox that hooks onto the side, the back of your bed. You can store all things in here, and then it's got these hooks, so it hooks right onto the back of the bed. Another cool one is the lights. We've got these solar lights here, and they are contoured in the back to fit right into the bed. And at night, you can just pop them on, and it just illuminates the whole bed. It makes it look so beautiful. It just adds such a nice just aesthetic to the whole entire garden. Another thing that's really cool too is these worm composters. So we'll be able to build this, bury this in our raised bed, have worms growing in there, being able to come in, get some food, and then move out, and just increasing the activity in the soil, all the microorganisms and everything. It's going to be just really fantastic to have into the garden. So there's so many additions that go into the raised beds and complement them, and just the fact that the raised beds are going to last such a long period of time. Let me bring you over here. Here's a smaller version of a raised bed. In this raised bed, there's a really cool thing that we add in this one. It makes it so it's self-watering. So at the bottom, we put these little plastic containers. It almost reminds you of a hydroponic system. They'll fill up with water, and then the roots will be able to tap into that water. So we'll fill it at the start, and then when we're getting like into the summer and the roots need some extra water, they'll be able to tap into that down there. Let me bring you over to one more thing this way. You'll notice I'm still in the process of setting a lot of these up. This is what the skeleton of the cover looks like. So I'm gonna have covers for almost all my beds because again, I wanna be able to protect it from insects, from rodents, from any issues like that. I'm not giving up on pallet raised beds either. The thing about pallet raised beds is, I know it's not easy for someone who doesn't potentially have the skills or the tools in order to build something like this. So again, goes back to the metal raised beds. They're so easy to assemble. Anyone can do it. It takes like little to no tools to build them. So we just think it's a good option for people to be able to have something that they can put together once, allow them to grow food for like 20 plus years, and just provide their family with just the best, healthiest, most local, organic, if you can do it, food right from the ground. There's nothing like it. Tuck will attest to that, right boy? This guy loves his fresh snacks right from the garden. Overall, me and Tuck feel like if we focus on the three things that really boosted our harvest last year of getting the most out of our time, protecting our future harvests, and getting the most out of our space, we're confident that 2024 is going to be our most productive and most enjoyable gardening season ever. We also feel like it's going to be nice if 20 years from now we're growing in the same raised beds that we're putting in now, rather than having to put new wooden raised beds in every few years. That's today's video, growers. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed it. We hope you got something out of it. It is a lot of fun out here. It's not a hot day, and me and Tuck felt like it would be so cool to show you the garden covered in snow like this as we make our major transformation in just a lot of things in the channel. We're super excited about the launch of the website too, so we would love for you to go and check that out and just kind of support the channel. It's something me and Tuck wanted to do for years, and to be able to actually bring it to fruition, it just feels like and we're proud of it, and just check it out and tell us what you guys think of it overall. We wanted to send a thank you to one of our channel members, Robert Kirby. Thanks for being a part of Team Grow. Thanks for having your hand in everything we're doing out here. Again, 2024, me and Tuck, we're not holding anything back. We're going full throttle. We're doubling down on everything. We're looking to produce more content, bring you more value, and just bring you along more for the journey of growing food in your backyard, of growing a food forest, and of just changing something from just grass to a massively productive garden. We're focusing more on beauty, more on production, and just more on bringing you guys as much value as possible. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share with your friends. Don't forget to check out the merch down below and check out the new website. at teamgrow.us. James and Tuck will be back again real soon. We